Fast as a hare, Paddy Doyle the poacher.
Like, share and subscribe. Hi guys, welcome to Demetrius Ways channel. So tonight's video is a lamping and long netting video. So what we're going to do tonight is we are going to lamp one of my friend's permissions first with the runners. We haven't really been here for a while due to the landowner having a lot of sheep and lambs out, which isn't the issue. The issue being that this particular farmer puts out electric fencing around the perimeters of all the fields. Even though all the fields have got stock fencing all the way around, the sheep can't get out. Anyway, he puts electric fencing around every paddock with sheep in, which is a pain for us because the electric fencing is usually about 2 or 3 yards outside from the hedge, and obviously the rabbits are going to run towards the hedge, which means ultimately that the dogs are going to collide with the electric fencing. So, you know, we don't really want the dogs, we didn't want the dogs to get electric shocked or have to fix or put back up the farmer's electric fencing. It's just not worth the hassle. But he's moved a lot of the sheep and lambs onto another place now, so we're going to have a look there tonight. We're going to have a mooch about tonight there first with the dogs, see what we can do. My mate's running his dog Jake, I'm running my lurcher Brin, so hopefully we should knock on a few. There's a lot there. And then after that we're going to go a few miles down the road to one of my permissions, and we're going to long net that. It's not really like the best night for long netting or really lamping. I mean, it's going to be a overcast dark night, but it's not, you know, ideally you want a bit of drizzle, you want a fair bit of wind, especially for long netting. But I haven't been to this again. It's another one of my permissions I haven't been to in a while, and there is a lot of rabbits up there, so we're gonna run the long nets out and see what we can do. Don't really lamp that permission because it's a really difficult one to lamp. It's you've got a lot of grazing, and then there's one big arable field up the top, which is really stony, so we don't really like running the dogs on that. And the grass fields, they're very, very like up and down. They're you get like lots of dips and rises, which you don't particularly notice until you start lamping, and then you'll lose the dog and the rabbit. Of course, once the rabbit and the dog are out of the lamplight, well, you know, it's pretty much game over, really. I mean, 1 or 2 times your dogs might still catch, but ultimately, you know, the rabbit's going to make it to safety. So it's not really a great place for lamping with the dogs, so we don't really bother. We usually just ferret and long net that. So we're going to long net that tonight. My mate's going to use his dog as well while we're long netting, because what we find, because there's only 2 of us and the fields are big, when we walk the rabbits in, we try and zigzag as best we can so we don't miss any rabbits. But ultimately what we do is we'll walk it in, we'll do the first run, empty the nets, and then we'll go back on ourselves and walk it back in a second or sometimes even a third time, because the rabbits will just sit tight. We've tried a what we call a jingle line. So that's a long line that you hold one person each end, and you've got bells and whatnot on it, which is okay. But again, you know, there was a lot of ragwort up there, and you know, now all the stalks are dead, and you know, it's laid over. But you know, a jingle line will just get caught up on that, and it'd just be a nightmare. So he's going to use his dog to help push the rabbits in, and I shouldn't imagine we'd have many sat tight with the dog quartering back and forward. So yeah, we're going to give that a go. What I'll do this time is, obviously, if you're new to the channel, if you go back, there's a couple of long netting videos, and I show like the whole process. But this time what I'm going to do is I'm not going to film us setting the long nets. You know, everyone or most of you will know how a quick set long net is set out and put away, so there's no need to do that. You know, you really want minimal disturbance. You don't want any lights or anything while you're setting. You just want to set in silence, drop the nets in silence, and then you know, get in position, walk them in. But what I'll do is when we're walking them in, I'll stick my head torch on and start filming, and then film as we empty the nets. But yeah, I'm hoping to get some decent footage of the lamping as well. And as you probably know from one of my other previous videos, we use a thermal. My mate's got a thermal imager, and really it's been a game changer. I know a lot of lads are dead against thermal imaging. It's one of those things, you know, new technology, new bad, old good. You know, we got to move past that, because I think anything that gives you the edge now is great. So we've, you know, the old way you'd lamp, the traditional way you'd lamp is you'd go out, you'd scan the field with a lamp to see what was there, turn the lamp off, walk a bit closer if you had to, or you could slip from where you were, either or whatever. But when you've done a full season of that, the rabbits get what is called lamp shy. So then as soon as you turn a lamp on, they're gone. They don't sit there, they don't give you a chance. Whereas with a thermal imager, all the places we've been lamping throughout the season aren't lamp shy, because we'll spot with a thermal first, and then we'll walk to within range where, you know, a slippable distance, and we'll keep checking, and you bang the lamp on, the dog runs. You know, it's not, people who say there's no sport in it, it's no different. You still have to turn the lamp on and slip the dog, and the dog still has to run and catch the rabbit. It's just you're taking the spotting of the rabbits with a lamp out of the equation, which is, you know, half the time your lamp's on longer when you're trying to scan the fields and spot than it is when you're running the rabbit. So yeah, we don't really suffer from lamp shy rabbits for that reason. And it's a great piece of equipment for when we're long netting as well. You know, we can spot way before we set the long net out. You know, if something's gone through like a fox before us and spooked all the rabbits, we lay the long nets out and then walk it in, and you know, it might not have been worth all that effort of setting, say, 200 yards of net out. Whereas as soon as we get there and we walk through the gate, you stick the thermal on, you can see every single rabbit that's out in that field. And you know you're going to have a good one or a crap one. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I'm not going to go into too much rant on that. That's really another subject for another time. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get some footage of it all. If you're watching this video, then I have got footage of it all. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying the videos and the channel. It'd be really great if you'd like, share and subscribe. Any new people, please subscribe. It helps the channel grow. I want to, as I said in yesterday's video, I really want the channel to grow and to show the best practices in traditional rabbiting, you know. But as I say, traditional rabbiting with a little bit of a modern twist with the thermals now. So, but mainly traditional rabbiting. And, you know, I want to try and put that in the best light that I can, and, you know, bring you guys great footage that you can all enjoy, and I always appreciate your feedback on my videos and your tips. Obviously I get a few naysayers or you know, a few antis that come on and call me this, that and the other, but I don't really care about that. So yeah, just like, share and subscribe, guys, and enjoy the video. Cheers. You're dead, sucker. Oh.
Got it?
Yeah, he's got it.
Boom, gotcha.
Yeah.